face the first real hiccup of the season, and now will be a real test of character for them to see if they can step things up and get themselves going back in the right direction after that upsetting loss. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and of course the Pro 12, Rabodirect Pro 12 series, where we are following the Glasgow Warriors in their fortunes for the season. Now the squad again has had a few changes, you may notice throughout the team, with a few players coming back like Lamont McGegan coming back into inside centre, Van der Muur's on the left. We've kept Matawalu at half-back and a few changes in the forward pack as well. But all in all, this is probably what the best has had to offer from the first 3 weeks, to see how these guys will combine after that disappointing effort in round 3. Of course, there was a 15-0 loss to Ospreys, but before that, it was a 19-7 win over Scarlets in round 2 and a 19-14 win over Ulster in the opening round. So things aren't going too badly for the Warriors, who are now in 6th place following that loss to the now 1st place Ospreys, mind you. And they have an 8 points at the moment, which isn't too bad. Up against them though, the team that will be looking to jump on that little hiccup of form from Glasgow will be Connacht. And these guys, well, they're not faring too well themselves, sitting in 8th place with just 5 points. They have had one victory, which was a round 1 22-15 win over the Cardiff Blues, which then was followed up by a 22-25 loss to Zebri and a 25-15 loss to Scarlets. So things are looking too good for Connacht, but they'll be looking to jump on an opportunity here against the Glasgow Warriors. And it will be Connacht to kick off through Dan Parks. Connacht in the green, and of course Glasgow in their blue kits, black and blue I guess you could call it. And down it goes for Lamont, takes the kick off brilliantly. He's going to streak away. He's only got Duffy to beat. He does Duffy. Oh, and gets ankle tapped into touch. What an opening little play from Lamont. Oh, that was outstanding. How did he get away from all that attention right from the kickoff? What a start for Glasgow. It is now with Harris right though. Connacht looking, oh, turnover ball. Matawalu, oh, tried to go straight through the middle of the line out. He's knocked it on. It is advantage now over for Connacht, and a huge tackle from Kellick. Connacht going backwards. Back it goes to Parks, who's been smashed. Big tackle coming in from Swinson. And Connacht back foot straight away.
Crouch.
Oh, from
Touch.
that amazing break from Lamont.
Sit.
Scrum time here for the Glasgow Warriors. Just 5 metres out from the Connacht line. What better start? Oh, this could be a try, but it's been going to be turned over, is it? Oh, it is just. Goes back, or goes wide, cutting out a couple to Griffin. Inside ball nicely to McKeown.
Release.
Who goes to ground right outside his sticks, 10 metres out from his own line. Oh, it's broken away from O'Halloran. Big chance here for Connacht. It's going to the right wing, and Carr, who's been smashed. There was a big tackle on Carr, but it was a little mini breakout from Connacht. And they looked like they might just get away. No fullback in spot there. And now MacArthur is a line out. Oh, stolen from Connacht. Wow, this is a big play here from these two teams. Dan Parks has thumped it over halfway, and that relieves a big pile of pressure on the Connacht side. What an amazing start to this match we've had. Oh, the line out was outside the 22. Oh, that was a massive call from the ref. We've gone back, and the Glasgow Warriors have attempt number 2. At trying this. McGegan in midfield. He fends off Griffin and eventually gets taken down from Duffy. Matawalu. Big pass out wide for Maitland, who just gets dragged down. Oh, but stolen from the tackler Henshaw. A good tackle too. He just managed to keep hold of him, Henshaw, and drag Maitland down, and then got inside there, releasing the tackler, going straight back in and turning that ball over. Another line out here from MacArthur. 5-man line out. Matawalu looking to step his way through. Oh, looking to step through, but the big injury. Matawalu is off. And we're going to have a change at halfback. Chris Cussiter will be coming on to replace Matawalu. Still, though, remember, good halfbacks in this Glasgow team with Prygos still in the subs, well, in the
crouch,
in the squad.
touch.
So we will see a change next week, maybe, if there is a long-term injury for the exciting little halfback Matawalu. Now though, it's Cassida, and he's put in the scrum from the injury. Glasgow holding tough here after losing the last one. Here's Cassida, popping it out to McGeegan. Takes in the tackle, Lamont, who's been outstanding, and Van der Muur. Van der Muur puts the pace on, cuts back inside, looking for support. It comes in Strauss. MacArthur, the hooker in midfield, takes the ball into contact, goes to ground, looks like Connacht. No, they won't turn that over. Here's Cassida again. Lamont, he's still got Maitland. Maitland will go for the corner. Sean Maitland try. And Maitland gets his first try of the match. And it is great to see the superstar in the action. He's had a quiet first few weeks, but Sean Maitland sparks Glasgow into light. And it is a great start. Chris Cassida creating a little bit of a spark there at the back of the rucks. And Duffy coming across, couldn't stop the diving Maitland. And a bit of life in this back line today for the Glasgow Warriors. Sean Maitland, he is a Class A finisher, as everyone knows around the world now, plying his trade in both hemispheres. And that is good to see him scoring in this round 4 fixture, giving the Glasgow Warriors the lead. Here's the attempt from Weir. Out on the right hand side, hits it nicely to the left hand post. Wind drags it around, and it's beautifully timed and hit to add the 2. The Warriors lead 7-0 over Connacht. And we have a good match on our hands here. The Glasgow Warriors look like they're in the mood to attack today. Parks will kick us off again, goes over towards his forwards. Cusack's under it. Oh, but Strauss is the man that gets away with it. And he nicely takes it before getting hammered to ground. Cassida, good ball for McGeegan. Oh, he's so close to breaking that line, McGeegan. And again, eventually, Weir will knock it on. Lamont dumps on it, but we'll go back for the knock on. McGeegan is looking so dangerous off those passes. He's just breaking the little half gaps. He's so quick.
Touch.
Sevens player.
Sit.
So acceleration and pace is a given. It's a great Connacht scrum, blows Glasgow right off the competition, and they come away with it wide for Carr. Carr tries to go around Cassida, covering back, and he can't do so. And the right winger's not had the best of times so far for Connacht, getting dealt with very easily in his few attacking runs he's had. Here's MacArthur again, going to the front nicely, and is taken down from Swinson. Here's Vernon. Here's Fusaro. Fusaro stepping away. He goes through the big hole and puts on the pace. Gives it away to Lamont. Lamont has the pace. Can he get all the way? O'Halloran giving chase, but they won't catch him. And it will be Lamont, who started this match with such a hiss and a roar, will score the second try for Glasgow. Well, Lamont and Maitland are looking very good, which is ominous signs for the rest of the competition. He really put himself at risk there. He put the burners on and he backed his speed. And just Connacht had no response at all. O'Halloran, the left winger, was just smoked. Look at him, he's the blonde guy. No, he's not. He's the dark-haired guy there. The blonde guy was a halfback. Marmion. He was quicker than O'Halloran, but neither were quick enough to catch Lamont, who burnt away. Great try. And showing some ticker here, the Glasgow team. After that disappointing loss, boy, those changing rooms would have been a somber place after that loss last week. But now round 4, it's a different story as Weir nails his kick. Still no Jackson. And this Glasgow team, he's still got a long way to go in his recovery. But Weir doing not a bad job in the team so far, but now another injury. Matawalu's gone down. It's going to be interesting to see how the depth is covered there Halfback is a very strong position as Parks kicks us off. Over towards the forwards, Cusack deals with it brilliantly. And another great secured ball for Glasgow. Here's Vernon on the angle. Here's Fusaro again. This man has been outstanding in midfield. McGeegan, he's got the pace, he's got the power, he's got Sean Maitland on his shoulder. Maitland gets away from Griffin, and a third try for Glasgow. Maitland bags a double, and they are looking absolutely outstanding down this right-hand wing. A class above, O'Halloran's wing is getting peppered. Griffin is getting burnt away. There's the tackle made, but it's much too late from Duffy. The numbers are always there. The cover defence was just too slow. Let's be fair, here comes Griffin coming across. Duffy made the tackle, but where was O'Halloran? Maitland is carving him up, and even Lamont's having some fun down that touchline, and McGeegan too. It is open slather on the left side of the field for Connacht's defence. And well, I thought things might have petered out towards half-time, but no. Glasgow attack on, and they have a big lead now. Here's the kick from Ware. Oh, it's very nice. He's dealt with that wind very well. An easier side to kick from with the wind behind you to curl it into the posts. But 21-0, that is a dominant first half from the Glasgow Warriors, bouncing back emphatically from that loss last week. Wow, look at that possession. 89% to 11 for Connacht. No real attacking opportunities at all from Connacht. They've had one handling error, which with 11% of the ball isn't the best. They've had a big amount of tackles, 21 to make, but line breaks, Glasgow have only made 4, Connacht 2, with 11% of the ball. That's not really too bad. Territory has all been the Glasgow Warriors as well, 67%. One-way traffic here in this round 4 fixture of the Rabodirect Pro 12. Glasgow Warriors leading Connacht 21-0. And it looks like it could be a bit of a thumping on hands here. Glasgow Warriors may well be thinking bonus point time for the team. If they can get 5 points here, that will go very well towards climbing back up that table. They have 40 minutes to claim it, but really more importantly, they need the win. So let's see how they get on. Let's go back down to the action. Players coming back to the field for the second half. Always something of note is the wind, which Ware now will be kicking into. Oh, and look, straight away a result for Connacht. The ball not going 10 metres. Oh, but taken from Connacht into touch. Oh, they could have let that go. It's been taken by, looked like Naupu. And he got hit hard straight away. Into touch he went. And it's a chance for MacArthur. Oh, not straight. And then the throw was very poor. And the take was very poor as well. The front of the line out from Swinson. All in all, a poor line out from Glasgow. And they need to get that out of their system.
Crouch.
Connacht opt for the scrum.
Touch.
They'll pack down
Sit.
just on their own side of halfway. The scrum for Connacht has been very strong in this match so far. They're hoping to continue on with that. Get some good set-piece ball. Let's go battling hard on this one. But it comes back nicely for Marmion. Back they go to Parks, who gets hammered from Cussiter. Big hit from the halfback. Oh, and he looked to turn that over too. Nothing coming for him. Away they go to the left side now. It's Clark going even wider still. O'Halloran outside for Henshaw, who's been smashed.
Release.
Big tackle coming in from Maitland, and he's turned the ball over. Here we go for Glasgow. Bonus point on offering if they can score one more try, but they have thrown a forward pass and knocked it on. So mention that BP word, bonus points. And they've fallen apart there. Knock on
Crouch.
from McGeegan
Touch.
after the forward pass.
Sit.
Another scrum packs down here for Connacht. Oh, and their scrum has been spectacular, Connacht. Here's Marmion again, coming to the right side, big pass straight out to Carr. Carr will back himself against Van der Merwe, but gets hammered. Passes it back to Griffin and then to Henshaw. Big defence on those three who have been just dealt with very easily. Big ball on the midfield. Here's Griffin breaking free through the middle of the park. And now here's the big number 8, Naupu, coming out wide. They go to the left. It's McEwen. He can't get away. And he's eventually taken down in a good tackle. And on the 22, Glasgow turn the ball over. Here's Cussiter. Lamont going wide for Vandermeer. Oh, he looked to kick there. But he's just changed his mind. Putting the ball under the wing. And he's been held up and they maul it forward. Where? Well, take it out the back of the maul for Vernon. Draws in 2-man brilliantly. Gives it to Grant. The big prop bundling downfield. Has got Lamont. Here we go again. Lamont and O'Halloran. Foot race. No chance. McEwen can't stop him either. How embarrassing for the winger. O'Halloran has been smashed down that side all day long. How long will it be till Connacht are forced to make a change? Lamont bags another one. And that is a bonus point for the Glasgow Warriors. Where's Duffy as well, the fullback? I guess he was covering other breaks, but just no one covering fullback for Connacht. And it's paying big time for the Glasgow Warriors. Sure, Maitland should have about 4 tries in this match, but they just haven't had to go that wide. And Lamont is covering it brilliantly. He has the pace of a winger. He has the power of a loose forward, and he is playing an immaculate match at the moment. And this is a big win here. You have to say it's a win. An hour's gone. Here's Ware with his conversion. A stiff breeze in his face, but all day long he'll get those ones over. And 28-0. Connacht. Wow, they would have come with hopes of jumping on that bandwagon after the loss to Ospreys for Glasgow, but in the end, all they've come up against is the backlash from that loss as the kickoff from Parks goes down to Vernon. Ware to McGeegan, using all the width of the field. Grant, not the best pass to Fasaro, but Vandermeer, he's got it away. He's pumped it downfield, and who's chasing? But Lamont. Duffy claims it, and he gets a chase. Big chase from Lamont too, and in conjunction with Maitland, put him into touch. And boy, oh boy, this Glasgow team is firing big time today. MacArthur goes to the front, nicely taken. Cussiter comes out to Ware, draws in defence. McGeegan, oh, dodgy old ball. Maitland comes, oh, it's Lamont who comes back in field after the poor pass. Maitland still out on his right wing. Here's Cussiter. Now they'll use Maitland. Clark makes a desperate tackle, and eventually he's put down right on the touchline inside the 22 of Connacht. Now they'll switch it to the left side. McGeegan. Oh, he drew in the defence nicely. It's all Lamont. It's the Sean Lamont show. Hat-trick. One-way traffic for the outside centre. Connacht just haven't dealt with them at all. And you have to feel sorry for Vandermeer and Maitland, because they just haven't seen the ball. It hasn't gone wide enough. McGeegan could have gone all the way there himself. Unselfishly opted for the guaranteed try by heading wide even further. And Connacht just look out on their feet here. Great ball out from Strauss. Then McGeegan over the top. Still had, by the looks of things, another man outside him. Probably a couple as well too. Vandermeer would have been there waiting, screaming for the ball. Well, the nightmares of round 3 surely have been banished here from Glasgow. Where the first kick from this left-hand side here. All the attack and tries have been down the right so far, but now Lamont changes his mind and he's decided to inflict some pain down Carr's wing, as Ware's kick is nicely struck, adding 2 more. The wind not proving too much of an obstacle for him today. And 35-0 Connacht. Wow, down in 8th they were. How much worse is it going to get as Fasaro tries to lumber his way through a hole, can't get through. And in centre field he goes down. Cussiter, good ball for Callick, takes out Carr nicely. Here's Vandermeer, who's he got with them? But it's Lamont. Sean Lamont has been outstanding. He will scream in for another. Stop the man if you can. He is the player of the competition right now. Sean Lamont Goodness me, you cannot stop him. He is everywhere. How many of him is there on the field today? He has been outstanding. Van der Muur made the break, unselfishly opting to offload to Lamont. Another good chase coming in. Looked like Marmion, the halfback again. He's been valiant in defence. Oh, it was Duffy. No, Duffy made that tackle. Yes, it was Marmion. But Lamont, those two have had a real good battle on the breaks. But Lamont, well, he's taking a handful of points here today. And he has led his side to a big-time victory over Connacht. One they really needed to. They needed to assert this authority and show that they are a team worthy of the top of the table. Here's another conversion coming in with just 3 minutes to go. Ware has been very solid. And with Jackson's return in a few weeks' time, we'll be halfway through the competition, so probably 5 or 6 weeks' time before we see Jackson back. Ware is holding the fort very well. The short kickoff goes straight down Vernon's throat, offloads and intercept. So here's a chance for Connacht. They come away to the left side. Through the back line they go to O'Halloran, who's been smashed. Too easy for Maitland. Just two Lanier in their place. Oh, and a high tackle coming in from Cussiter on Marmion. The two halfbacks having a good old battle, as they do. And Dan Parks has the ball. They'll surely tap and go here. Connacht, they have to play for something. No challenge or a bonus point coming in or anything. They go all the way back for Duffy. Then they swing it out all the way nicely for Carr. Carr with a chance to put something away here for his side. For Connacht, nothing coming though. And Glasgow pile in. Turn it over. Cussiter. McGeegan. Nicely for Grant. Grant will try lure in the defence. Oh, what a job he does. Grant, that is spectacular. He's got Strauss. Strauss won't get all the way. He's still got Maitland. Maitland puts on the burners. Can't get away. Oh, great tackle from Connacht in defence. Who was that? Number 13, Henshaw. Brilliant job, and now he breaks away from the break. Here's Henshaw for Connacht. He will get them some respectability back in the scoreline. Well, it looked like Maitland would get away, but Strauss just kind of got in the middle of Lamont and Maitland there and slowed things down too much. Henshaw went straight through the middle. The defence was half lying on the ground. Hogg was coming across, and he brought the dummy, hook, line and sinker. And Henshaw gets a little reward for the Connacht side. One try for them. Respectability back in the score. Glasgow just wanted one more try. But a great try from Henshaw. Him and Griffin, the two centres, have been decent enough today, has to be said. But just outdone on the width. O'Halloran and Carr just have not been good enough. Here's Dan Parks' conversion. We'll end the match on a good note for Connacht. Struck between the posts, and they claim their 7 points. 42-7. It's going to be a big list of tries as a ref blows his whistle, and we're all over. Round 4 match, an emphatic victory for the Glasgow Warriors, getting the job done, rebounding brilliantly from that loss in round 3 to Ospreys. They'll be out for revenge later in the season, no doubt. Connacht, on the other hand, have some soul searching to do. That was a big loss, a big loss for the Connacht side. Final score 42-7. Only 2 try scorers, amazingly for Glasgow. Lamont with 4 tries. Maitland almost got that hat trick, but just had to settle for 2. 6 tries altogether. Ware was perfect with the boot, 6 from 6. Not often you can say that. As for Connacht, just 7 points for them. A try for Henshaw and Dan Parks with the conversion in extra stoppage time, injury time, whatever you want to call it. The full-time stats, well, just under 80% for the Glasgow Warriors in possession. Connacht managing to get 22 altogether. Territory come back a little bit for Connacht, but not enough really to get in the match. Handling errors crept in for Glasgow, 10-1, and a clean game too with just 1 penalty. Connacht's scrum though, if they're going to take anything from this match, was outstanding, and they turned over quite a few of the Glasgow scrums The bad news though for Glasgow, of course, is the injury, which you may have already forgotten about, to Matawalu, which we'll be seeing how long he's out for after the match, which we'll go check out now, see where Glasgow sit on the table and how these 5 points have affected them. Looking forward to round number 5. And that is all for round 4. Fixtures all complete. Ospreys getting a win over Scarlets, as we just watched the Glasgow Warriors thumping Connacht, Leinster doing the same to Edinburgh, and the Cardiff Blues, wow, 2 points, 22-20 over Treviso. Munster, a good win over the Newport Gwent Dragons. As for round 5, we've had a couple matches there already. Edinburgh getting a good win over the Dragons, and the Cardiff Blues, wow, thumped by Ulster, which leads us into a home match, 2 in a row for the Glasgow Warriors against Zedbury. We'll check that out in a sec. Let's have a look at the standings. And the Glasgow Warriors, well, they've moved up 1 spot, having played 4 matches now. Zedbury have only played 3, which is an interesting thing, but that's who we have next. Other points of note, Ospreys drop off the top, and Connacht way down in 9th now following that heavy loss. Their points differential -41, whereas Leinster up the top plus 106. So 13 points for Glasgow, still in the mix. They'll have to really target their top 4 heading into future rounds, but still a long way to go. Only 4 rounds in, we still have 18 to go. Round number 5, we look ahead. Glasgow Warriors at home to Zedbury, so that is a real chance for them to pile on some more points. Let's have a look where Zedbury is on the table. Oh, they're right below us, so they're on 10 points in 6th place, so 3 points behind, and they have 2 wins and a loss so far. So well travelled so far, Zedbury. You have to say they're going all right considering all things. The squad, where has Matawalu? There he is. He is out for 14 days, as we can see down here. That's going to be a bit of a blow, so we will be out without him for a couple of games. We have a couple of options with Prygos, and of course Chris Cuthiter could come into the squad. We'll see who comes in there next week for round number 5. Stay tuned for that one, and that wraps us up for today's Rabodirect Pro 12 coverage for round number 4. Remember, if you like the series, give the video a like and a fave, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss round 5 or any other rounds coming up. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care.